I'm gonna put the podcast stuff as the equipment just like this. No, then wait, yes, because then I'm literally like, I'm like, bro, look, this is the video that I'm mimicking.
You talked about the trend, but you didn't directly say that you were gonna fucking post the shit at all.
Bro, yes I did.
No
I said I'm finna make this TikTok right here. This is the TikTok I'm making. Bro, Jam, why are you lying?
I don't lie, bro. I'm real honest. You're delusional.
Bro, you're lying so hard right now because that's simply not how it went, bro. It was literally me telling you this, like, look, bro, this the pot. You guys, I can't not mess with this. I'm like, this is the podcast this is not podcast. This is the TikTok I'm making for our TikTok. It's a viral trend. I think we could get some follows and likes off of this. That's cap, Jeff?
That was pure cap. You definitely added bits and pieces about that, bro. But you didn't say straight up like, oh, I'm about to post this clip. You never said that. The kizzy is real. Anyway, welcome back. This is the Drunken Mic. Not even 6 yet,
do you think?
It's not even 6 yet. Let's wait till 6, then we'll get this shit popping off.
See, Jeff, here we fucking go. All right, where's your shot at, man?
What you mean? They're gone.
This is the precast. And I hear my daughter in the background. There's no way I'm finna be disrespected like this. Wouldn't be surprised. Where's your shot at, Jeff? Y'all, this is precast. We start on the dot at 6. I started this just so we could catch the conversation before, but Jeff tried to cancel it. Long story short, if you guys aren't following the TikTok, go tap into the TikTok at The Drunken Mic. Is it podcast or just The Drunken Mic?
I think it's the Drunken Mic podcast.
The Drunken Mic podcast or the Drunken Mic on TikTok. And y'all let me know in the comments what you think about the video. Excuse me. I already been sipping the beers. Jeff, you're capping right now, but I'm still kind of on it, bro. Like, bro, we literally have a whole conversation about that whole thing. You're telling me we don't?
I do not recall that shit, bro.
You see, y'all, no, he don't
actually,
recall.
No, it's not. I recall, but you did not say directly that you were going to post the clip. That's what I do.
I said recall. I'm making this trending video right now.
You're kind of like, bro, yeah, there's this trend. What's the login information? All right, bro.
Stop.
That's what you did, bro.
Bro, I sent you everything in the messages saying I'm making this trend right here. You're capping, man. I'm going to get y'all tuned in. We're a super live official podcast in 3 minutes, as Jeff want to say, but I'm starting this bitch now. This is the Drunken Mic with your host, There Goes Chance _ There Goes Chance on Instagram. Or catch me on all platforms. And I'm here with not even co-host, kind of what is it? Co-worker? I guess co-host, but it just sounds bad, but it's not that.
Nah, co-host is fine.
We know what we're talking about, right? With my co-host, Jeff Does It All, a.k.a. Jeff A.D., a.k.a. Chocolate Cocoa Chris, a.k.a. Jeff Soon to Be.
Wait on it.
Slim, man. My man gonna slim down.
I'm gonna make it hella suspicious and shit.
Oh, you don't want them to know you just want to pop up on the scene one day like, oh, what the hell?
Not even that, bro. I just feel like when you talk about your goals to other people, that outside energy be messing with it. So
that it doesn't happen.
I'm a little superstitious like that in a way.
I can feel it. I can feel that.
Hold on, man. We still got 2 minutes, man.
All right, man. Stop trying to cut me off on my rant. Stop trying to cut me off on my rant,
man. Go ahead and rant.
So we got Jeff Does It All here with me, and y'all let me know what y'all think about in the comments, dude. When it comes to working out or coming to chasing a career or just chasing a goal in general, would you guys say that it helps to not talk about it and just to be about it? Or does it help, like me, in my eyes, I take the tongue in manifestation so real. You got to talk it. I'm finna hit the gym every week. I'm finna stop drinking these beers. I'm finna get on this podcast. I'm finna chase all these goals and dreams that I want to achieve. Do you think you have to talk it into existence or just kind of just make it happen and just kind of play the scene behindhand? Tell me in the comments what y'all think, whether we're in the chat on Twitch or in the comments on YouTube. But this is the Drunken Mic, the drunkest podcast in the world. And today we got a little something special, y'all. We're going to keep it a little authentic, but we do want to start this podcast with kind of Jeff kind of interview, no? We just want to kind of tap into Jeff, how Jeff does it all came, how Chocolate Cocoa Crisp came out the cut, how Jeff
that
went.
Name is dead. That is dead.
And why?
Deceased. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why it came out, but that nickname is gone.
And how Chocolate Cocoa Crisp went from big to slim. Why is that a goal? Was he always big? Was he slim? Was he fit? Was he whatever it was, you know? And we're just gonna kind of tap into all that, his goals, ambitions, and what we have to do. So at 6 o'clock on the dot, Jeff, I am gonna ask you. I know you're over there handling business. You could do that while answering the mic. Well, let's just start from the beginning. Where are you from? Are you from the States? We probably don't gotta do full government name, but let's just start there. Who is Jeff?
That's something to say. How are you doing, Ty?
Ty.
Doing good, Ty?
Who's Ty?
I'm talking to you.
Okay, Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed.
I saw that one coming.
Yeah, don't you want to pull? I ain't even gonna say what
doesn't
name
like his
that
middle
is.
name, man.
Man.
Doesn't like it. I'll say it for you.
Man, they call me Ty because I tie my laces when people start to talk about my middle name because I'm finna put these hands on them.
Is that so?
That's why they call me
that
Ty,
so?
Mr.
Okay.
Tie the laces. Tie the strings, tie the connect, tie the guapo. That's how I get about it. My neck's been hurting. You see that little tweak? I'm like,
hey, man, you got to start stretching it out, man. We've been on some productive shit. You gotta
bro,
start
my
doing more of
neck's
that.
been on 10 million, bro. I don't know what's going on with it. Here we go with the mic gameplay. Chance plays with his mic too much, huh?
Yeah, I kind of want to hold mine because I keep on leaning in just to talk.
That's what I was trying to tell you. That's why the
Listen.
other podcast, I took it out and I just kind of hold it and just kind of treat it like you're a rapper doing an interview or something.
I feel it. I feel
You
it.
know? It's smooth. It's something. It's light.
I
It's
feel
light.
it, but see, this is not as comfortable. I'd rather like have it like
I take mine out the holder
like little.
and I just hold it like that. You feel
I'll
me?
play around with it. I'll do a little bit of both.
You'll figure
you
it
know?
out. You'll figure it out.
You know, I'll do a little bit of both.
But I do want to get into yourself, Jeff. What? Let's take it to the beginning. Where are you
Hey.
from? Who are you? Just as an individual.
Besides the point, though, how you doing good today, man? How we doing? You doing good?
I'm doing just fine.
Oh, damn.
I'm doing just fine, goddammit, Jeff. I want to know about you, man.
All I'm gonna say is, man, life is a bunch of trials.
I don't want to hear that. All you
Tribulation.
can say, I want to get deep.
Let's get deep.
Y'all see the title. It gets deep. I want to know about you, Jeff. Where are you from? You from Colorado?
Of course, I'm from Colorado.
You're from Colorado?
Yeah,
Where are your parents from?
Africa.
Africa?
Yeah,
Where in Africa?
Cote d'Ivoire, the West Africa.
You're a west sider of the African side. You come on the west side, you like, what's sea?
Yeah, that's also why I'm like built like this, real stocky.
What you mean?
They say like that West African people are like real buff, swollen, like stocky.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
So you're supposed to be swole.
It's in my genes.
Just to be a
Working out's
big
about
dude?
genes.
We'll get into that. That's before Jeff, soon to be Slim, came. Jeff was a muscle head. I mean, like, y'all know when you see the muscles in the side of a dude's head. That was Jeff. Muscles inside the head. He get mad clenching the jaw. Them it's bulging out here. It's crazy muscles.
Hey man, I was on a grind, man. I was trying to get better, whether it's for sports,
Soon to be
whether
Slim.
it was just for girls,
Soon to be
whether
Slim.
it was for me, it was everything. Soon to be slim.
He almost
And
left me
soon to
hanging
be
again.
swoller.
Soon to be swole again. Say my interview. I used to be big once upon a time. That's for another talk.
Chance is too tough on himself. He's not Mr. Meathead, but he's not small either, like some people we might know. No.
Oh, shots fired. We need a soundboard in this bitch. Pow, pow, pow.
We do need a soundboard. That would
That'd
be great.
fire. That would be fire. But back to you. So your parents are from the west side of Africa. Did your parents come up in any kind of gangs or anything? Or do you got any stories about what they went through in Africa?
Nah, I don't, because I never really like tapped in or talked about it, but
You never try to like break them down? I don't want to hear no comments about what I'm doing here. Y'all just listen to the conversation, okay? You don't got no stories, or you
fuck.
never asked them about what goes on or like what they've been through or nothing like that?
not really, because
Really?
it's like, yeah, not really.
Is the west side, is that the jungle? Can you run into like some lions and tigers and bears
I
on
feel
my?
like, I don't know much about Africa, but I feel like there's all jungles in all parts of Africa. But West Africa is really known for like their vegetation.
Vegetation.
Like their leaves, their trees, and all of that.
Like what do you know the vegetation like? what's their famous vegetation? Because I think of Africa. Excuse me. I think of blood diamonds. You could call me real stereotypical. I think blood diamonds. I think lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! I think
bears. What are bears doing in Africa, bro?
I'm thinking safari. I'm thinking a cheetah chasing me down. I'm thinking a black panther catching me in a tree. I'm thinking an elephant taking me down or stomping me or something like. Do you know what kind of side they came from? Like, do you know about West Africa at all?
Not really, but the thing is, like, there's a lot of misconceptions about Africa, but at the same time, everybody that goes to Africa says that it's, like, beautiful, it's great, it's not what you seem, not what it seems like, but at the same time, there's probably some sketchy places, but then again, it's like everywhere else. So,
yeah, like everywhere.
There's just a misconception, especially in America, about Africa and all about that.
Yeah. So do you ever feel like when people come with the African stereotypes, like, oh, like me, maybe you charcoal little son, or boy, like they come. It's a little far, and I'm sorry, guys. Well, I just know our friend
like
circle
right there. I was about to come in and roast him.
Hey, Jeff was trying to come.
I said, what? Hold on, what? I was coming in to put him in a broiler.
That was loading up the shot. He like, all right. Do you ever feel like being from Africa, even your own community comes at you like you're not black, you're this certain kind of race? Do you ever feel like that?
Of course, because it's like, if you, like, I'm not thin-skinned, but, you know, you growing up, you hear some shit like African booty scratch and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't faze me, but at the same time, it's like, a lot of African Americans don't identify with Africa.
Okay.
Even though science or history might say that they're from Africa, they don't identify with it.
Keep going.
Nah, that's it.
How do you feel about like that? Like, if you're like, man, I'm African, you're just black, or maybe you don't say that, but they're like, fool, I'm from Africa too. Do you take that offensive, like, bro, you're not African, like, stop that? Or do you kind of take it like, yeah, we're all from Africa, okay?
You know me, I'm pretty laid back nowadays, so I don't really take it either way. But when it comes to the Hebrew Israelites and stuff, when they're like, oh, I'm not African or whatever, I kind of like just let them do them.
What's the Hebrew Israelites for the people that don't know?
It's kind of like people that think that black people came from Israel, and they're like the first. They're like, and
which will make them from where?
It's like biblically intertwined with like the Bible, like the first people were black people in Israel. I don't know.
I don't want to sound dumb, and Israel would be in Russia, right?
Nah, Europe.
Europe, but what's that whole side? Is what? Europe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Bow. God,
he's cut off. I'm on my side.
Hey, y'all leave me alone. I got my GED in 10th grade. Let me be. But okay, with that said, so you don't feel any kind of way about it. When you came out here, did that kind of transfer with your parents being from the west side of Africa and you being from America? Were you kind of like, man, all this bullshit y'all talking, like, it's not that? Or, like, how did that kind of transfer over to you?
This man is not even my friend. He said when I came out here, I was born here, buddy.
They don't know, Jeff. You're getting interviewed, buddy.
I was born here, buddy.
Yes.
No. Brother.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. Y'all get in the comments.
You to know me, man.
Did I say it wrong, or was Jeff not listening? Because what I thought I said is, you being born in Africa, was it different with your parents being born on the west side of Africa when they kind of came with their religion or their habits or their culture or their tradition? Were you ever like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is what we do. Or like, we're not in Africa no more, it's this. Or did you ever kind of rebel against that?
What, against like African culture and like the way my parents act?
Both.
I don't know. I feel like my mom's pretty Americanized. So like, you've met with my mom. She's not like super strict African where she's like, all right, you gotta go to college, become a doctor, become a lawyer. And I feel like there's a lot of immigrant parents. They're like, they expect the best. My mom expects the best out of me, and she knows my potential. But at the same time, she's just like, I'm gonna let him do him and let him figure it out himself.
I don't want to kind of call it, you need to finish school, you need to graduate, you need to stay on this grind. But the new American dream is kind of like, you need to figure out what you're trying to do and put your all into it. Whether that's college or not. I know a lot of kids, I won't say statistics, but from what I see, a lot of parents are more telling their kids, if you want to go. If you don't, then you need to find what you're chasing and chase it to the fullest.
I feel you, but I'm gonna say this to start off. I feel like a lot of immigrant people that come to America are most definitely more of the successful people in America because they know they value it more than a born American would.
Facts.
And then also, what can you like cut that down a little bit? What were you asking?
So basically, like, do you feel like the old American dream was?
Oh yeah, I feel what you're saying.
You know,
I feel like, cause like, if you graduate college, you're not guaranteed a job, but it's more of a stable pathway than like doing something like an influencer or a rapper or something. So it's like that's why they push that on their kids.
And that's why I kind of go into like, do you feel like the immigrants are and it sounds bad, but kind of selling their kids like the old American dream, which was, oh, you're free and you get to go to high school and you could go to college for free, quote unquote, and later down the road you're guaranteed to, if you go get that master's degree and do that 8 to 10 years of college, you'll be a doctor. You might still end up at Illages or King Soopers pushing carts, because those positions might be full, especially as of now with COVID. They actually are doing furloughs from different states to get doctors into hospitals because it's so low, you know? So I guess the question would be, do you feel like immigrants are selling their children the old American dream because the new one looks dumb to them? Or maybe they don't see the new one?
It's all about vision and perspective. Like the vision you have for like what you want your kids to do, or a vision what you have of what's successful or not. So it's like whatever it seems to you, that's a dream to you, pretty much.
Being part of the immigrant circle, do you ever feel like your parents projected their dreams onto you and their opportunities that they never had for you to take advantage of?
Not really. I feel like my mom's a pretty balanced person, so like there's no stress with my mom. Like it's pretty much just like I know what I have to do, and she knows what she has to do, and she knows what she wants of me. I know what I want of her, and that's it.
Okay. So with that being said, coming up and as you were going through the motions and she was seeing, because I know you, that you weren't too strict on the college thing but still keeping it in mind, how do you think she reacted to kind of how you grew up? Let's just go through your childhood. What were your endeavors? What were your hobbies and habits?
One thing I'm going to say is, man, college is not for everybody. I feel like I'm smart. But, like, I don't know about you, bro. How like, because literally, when I would be in school, I'd do well for, like, the first semester. Then after that, I would just tailor off because I got burnt out.
Of what? Any grade?
Yeah, pretty much. Because, like, I can do well in school. It's just, like, I get burnt out. I'm like, bro, this homework, these 6-hour days of school is not cutting. How do you feel, like, about, like, school? What was your, like, feelings towards school?
Well,
like that.
I had dropped out in 10th grade to Up in the Streets. I ended up going down the road I went. We'll save that for the chance interview. But, you know, I ended up getting my GED. So even from the early path of just dropping out and not really getting my diploma, I kind of always saw colleges. I never really saw it as like, if you want to succeed in life, you need to take this route. I've always been... I
don't either, so I agree with you.
Yeah, I've always been on... And I was telling you this earlier, you could call me Kanye with the shit out of sense. Because I kind of am narcissistic. Not in the sense of I'm the best to do it. But I know that damn well I don't need nobody to do this shit. I know I'm a great person, great personality where I could do it anywhere. That is how I feel about myself, and that kind of... reflected on my life and projected throughout my life to show that Chance isn't really worried about college. Like, he doesn't really think he needs that, and every time the college conversation came up, it was like, yeah, I think college parties would be fun.
I feel that, and I feel like one thing that's important is, like, having confidence in yourself and knowing, like, okay, if I don't go to college, then I know I'm going to have to make it. It's like I'm putting pressure on myself. But I want to harp on something you just said, like, so, like, when you were in the streets and stuff and, like, you went to jail and stuff, What would you consider like the worst year of your life?
This isn't the chance interview.
I know, but answer the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer it.
God damn it!
This is the Jeff goddamn interview. Goddamn it! But with
have to
that,
be structured like that. We good?
It's not structured. I got plenty of questions for you. I want to get off, ho. And but with your question there,
yeah, I'm not fucking with
for
this.
the people that are just listening through headphones. Yeah, I mean mug this guy. But for the hardest year of my life, I think I'd have to think about that. I think I steadily realized stuff wasn't as hard as I thought it was at that moment, or when I look back on it, hard wasn't even hard. It was just kind of tough, and it was just kind of normal. But I'd say, honestly, I think the hardest parts of my life were when I had finally told myself I'm done with the streets, because I realized I had to get used to a regular life. I had to get used to a life that's not filled with narcotics, or not filled with thrills, and not filled with daily money, but I had to get used to a schedule, and used to sobriety, and obviously I'm failing, but used to just stuff like that. And I found it very hard to, honestly, on a sad note, kind of enjoy what we're living out, because I noticed the life that I was living as a youngster was fun, and that was thrillful for me, and that the regular life that everybody lives is pretty fucking boring.
I would definitely, I can't say I agree, but give me 1 second. I'm sharing the podcast.
But so throughout with you and your parents,
I want to get back to that.
all right, then answer before you share it, man.
All right, I'm about to answer. So, but you didn't answer my question. So you don't
I did.
think that
I said the hardest part would probably be when I had finally decided that I'm not getting in the streets no more, which was probably 2020 April 8th when I got out of county.
I feel like life is a bunch of seasons. So like literally, you have your ebbs and flows, and then you have your hard years and bad years. I feel like one of my hardest years was probably like 2018.
Yep,
man.
that's too far forward. Hold on, let me take you back, Jeff. Hold on. Let me guide this interview.
Do my segues,
let
man.
me guide this interview though. Like, we're gonna get to 2018. Let me guide this interview real quick. So like you were saying with man, you kind of made me forget, but I want to know, through your elementary and middle school years, what were your goals? Were your ambitions to, and I'm kind of jumping forward, to be a personal fitness representative? What's the word I'm looking for?
Trainer.
A personal trainer. Where your goal is to be a podcaster, where your goal is to do anything with social media. Like, how was elementary and middle school for a kid of an immigrant that came from such a different background? How was that growing up?
I just feel like literally, one thing about me is like, and it took a friend to tell me this to realize this. I just like improving. I like productiveness. Like throughout elementary school and like middle school, I would be working out. I'd be trying to get smarter.
So you were working out in elementary and middle school
Yeah,
already?
I like in elementary school. This is how it started. So like, it's 5th grade. It's about to be the end of 5th grade. We have a pool party coming up, and I'm like, okay, I want to get
a pool party in 5th grade?
Yeah.
Oh, they freaky.
Nah. I'm trying to get abs for this pool party, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, I need to work out. So I'm into my house doing like Jillian Michael workouts off like Jillian Michael workouts off like the fucking on demand and stuff.
Okay.
Trying to get abs and stuff. I never got abs, but it taught me the skill of working out.
Uh-huh.
So that carried on to like middle school.
Never got abs, even when he's fit. Keep going.
Bro, Cap. Come on.
Keep going.
I'm gonna pull up a picture. Come on, bro. But that's in the past. We gonna see what happens when I get back in shape in the future.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. Keep going.
But yeah, that kind of like instilled in me the act of working out. Like, I'm not trying to toot my horn, but like in middle school, I was like pretty muscular, motivated, and just like everything, I was just fit.
Yeah.
So like that's one of my main goals. But like throughout my whole life, working out has always been a consistent, whether it's been through like sports or like just me self-motivating myself.
So you always had that drive. So with being in elementary and middle school, that drive, kind of back to the question I asked before, how did that help you or affect you growing up with parents that came from a different country and a different culture, and really just a different upbringing and perspective that they're looking through? They're not through the optical of a regular American person. They're kind of seeing their past and what they've been through and trying to project it as you, because that's what parents do.
I would say that, like, I got to give my mom props because she has great work ethic, but I don't think she really motivated me or she might have passed it down like genetically, but she wasn't a reason why I got that ambition and that work ethic. I feel like just me, like you want to attract more girls, you have to have a better body. You have to be on top of your game. You want to be more athletic, you have to be more athletic. You have to work out. You have to push yourself. So it's from my personal goals that came that ambition and that skill of trying to push myself to do better.
And I can agree with you, but a lot of people can't. So do you think it was something that happened to your life or something that happened to you that made you so strong in ambition and motivation and like so driven to get better for people or yourself or for your future? Or do you think it was just something that was instilled in you?
Like I said, I think it was my goals, and my goals drove me, motivated me to want to get better.
So you think it was something that was instilled in you already?
I'm saying, like, the goals I have, I guess you could say that, it, like, instilled in me, but I'm just saying, like, literally, the goals I have were enough to motivate me to go out there and work out or go out there and try to get better or do whatever.
But there might be some people out there that can't find that ambition and don't find their goals that motivating just to push you. Do you think it was something that you figured out throughout your path through life, or do you think it was something that was just instilled you from the jump?
I guess instilled, because like even throughout like school, I was always a hard worker, so instilled.
So as being a dark man like you are and an ugly boy like you are,
dark chocolate handsome man,
dark
like me.
chocolate Cocoa Crisp, did you find elementary and middle school hard at all?
Like in what terms?
Let's say it's not even kind of being the dark guy. It's just kind of more of honestly being the African dude, and maybe your mom come to school and people seeing that you're really African, that like you're not African American, which a lot of people call them, but you're really African. Your family's the African culture, and you come from that background. Did you ever feel any backlash from that or have any struggles?
I don't think it was like that for me, because literally, my mom's Americanized. She's not like dressing in like the whole African attire and stuff. And like with me, I definitely identify as African, but if you talk to me, you wouldn't assume that.
Yeah.
Based off how I just act, I'm more so American culture than African, but I still identify as African.
Okay.
But it wasn't hard at all, because like I would never had a problem making friends. I remember with your orange self over there. We met prior to like middle school.
Yeah.
6th grade.
Probably the start of 6th grade, probably, yeah.
No, the summer before the start of 6th grade.
Facts.
And then I remember,
felt like some big kids down there, huh?
Remember at Prairie, we were just in like the lunchroom. I was eating, you're like, bro, come over here. Started kicking it, started meeting people, and then boom. I had my clique.
So let's go into that. Let's go after you met me, how was that? Like, so me and you met, I think the first day we met, you were on a chopper bike.
Cold bike.
Cold
Harley bike.
Just bike looked like a Harley, dead ass. And he rode that bitch like it was a Harley. Just right around town like it was a Harley.
I'm talking about like the bars were up here. I'm sitting back like this, pedaling.
Face like this.
I was a cold man.
Bro, looking like Debo or something. So how was middle school for you? What do you think your obstacles and also your endeavors were in middle school?
I say obstacle, I think I'm like my main obstacle. Like I don't think I'm competing against other people. I think I compete against myself, and I get in my own way. So like that would be my main obstacle. Endeavors was definitely
yourself.
Yeah, myself.
Yourself, okay.
Endeavors would definitely be just like grinding, like, cause I loved playing sports, so I wanted to do something with sports, like working out, main endeavor.
You never had nothing crazy happen in sports or nothing?
What you mean?
Like just some crazy story that you're like, bro, one time there's this crazy time. You got no juice?
I ain't got no juice. Like what? Elaborate. What you saying?
I don't know. If you had one, it would have came to you with like your juice and like your crazy stories.
I don't know. I mean, I got a crazy story. I remember one time I was at a track meet. And then it was like I was like varsity, and then we had to go support the JV varsity people, and I was like off of edible.
You were off of edible?
Off of edible at the track meet.
Why the hell you taking edibles to a track meet, Jeff?
I wasn't running, man. I was trying to have a good time.
Okay, so you're not overconfident. You're just like, man, I don't even want to be here. I'm finna get high as hell and pop out.
I guess so.
Don't guess. That's what happened. So what else? Let me know. What happened?
That's it. That's the only entertaining story I got.
Yeah, it's the wackest story ever.
That's it, man. That's it.
Come on, Jeff. We need some juice.
But Jeff does not smoke anymore. Just so everybody knows.
What, marijuana?
Nope.
Do we want to get into that now or later?
What?
Why you don't smoke marijuana no more?
I mean, you interviewing me, right? Let me know. What question you got to ask?
All right, so why don't you smoke weed no more?
It does not work with me.
Why not?
It does not comply with me. It's like, it's just real, like anti-Jeff. Let's just say that.
So we'll get into that later. Wait, let me backpedal a couple steps. So with you being in middle school and then going to high school, when did you kind of find your path? And then also, was Jeff always Jeff to be slim, or was Jeff slim and then kind of became who you are today, and now you're on the Jeff to be slim stuff?
Well, man, I think I was like chunky middle and elementary school, hit a growth spurt, got slim, got muscular, then got swole freshman, sophomore year, and then I lost a lot of that muscle weight, got like slimmer and still muscular, and then now I'm a sack of potatoes.
That's a sack of potatoes. So with you being chubby, you think it was pure the growth spurt that got you slim, or do you think?
Yeah, it was probably working out in both, because literally right before you hit a growth spurt, you gain weight, so your body can like actually elongate that weight to make you taller.
Is that true?
Yeah, you gain weight before a growth spurt.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Like, you gain.
Okay, I ain't gonna doubt you. So Jeff goes from chubby to slim, right?
Are you listening?
You're just giving me short responses. I'm trying to get
yeah.
real deep. You're giving me real short responses.
Yeah, I did. Go ahead.
Okay, so Jeff went from slim to chubby, or my fault, chubby to slim. What could we get into the path of you going from slim to chubby, or did it just kind of happen?
It kind of happened. I was working out, but like, it just kind of happened. I grew, so like the weight was distributed more evenly, and that's kind of how it went.
It just kind of got big.
And I got taller. Are you talking about from like what transformation?
I'm talking about from the slim to big again.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. How you want to dive into that topic? Because that's the topic you have to unpack.
It's your interview. You got
my life. So, pretty much, everything's been fine with my life up until, I mean, of course, there's bad stuff in everybody's life.
Y'all, am I the drunk one, or is he the drunk one now?
Nah. I'm sober.
We solid.
Sober.
Motherfucker, Joe.
But
I feel like you're gonna unbag some stuff. Should we go back to the why you stopped smoking?
It's my interview. Let me talk.
Okay.
I mean, so like I would say like me and Chance have been avid weed smokers since like 13, but I quit and he still partakes.
Kids don't do drugs.
And I feel like that's part of the reason why. Let me just rephrase. Let me rephrase. So pretty much 2017, it's winter break. I'm living life. I'm smoking weed. I'm doing whatever I do, and then I started to have like a mental health crisis. Pretty much.
Okay.
So like I started to become real paranoid, real like super like suspicious and all that.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Can we get deeper into that? What was the paranoia? So, like, what are you suspicious about, and why do you feel that the perfect word is paranoia? And the way you're feeling, like, could we go a little deeper?
Just paranoid about everything around me and
just
everybody.
Any and everything.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck is anything happening?
Just like, yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
But lost my train of thought. Thanks, Chance.
So you start to get paranoid, and this is like when you're smoking weed, correct?
Yeah.
So you start to get paranoid. Keep going.
I hella lost my train of thought.
Let's start. Take it down.
So yeah, I started to get paranoid. And then stuff, I would explain that stuff getting weird. And this is when we fell off and all of our friend group fell off with me because I went MIA. I just kind of disappeared. I was
kind of in jail when we
withdrew.
fell off. That kind of made us fall off, no?
Yeah.
No, I guess it's kind of before that because I kind of started. It was me, you, and Quez, then it kind of shifted to me, you, and Julian. I mean, me, Quez, and Julian. Right?
Yeah.
So during this time, you started getting paranoid about me and Quez, or?
It was just like a whole plethora of stuff.
Can we get into it?
I don't feel like we need to get into the details. But
It gets deep.
I want to sound like a lunatic on the podcast.
Okay.
So, but anyways, yeah. So I started I forgot what I said, bro.
You say you started getting paranoid and you stopped hanging out with me and Quiz.
Literally, and I went MIA on everybody. So, like, I go back to school one day at Gateway High School, and then apparently I was, like, tripping, and I was, like, not acting. Bro.
Just keep going.
Bro, yeah, we're just going to ignore that. That was very
Just keep
sad.
going. Keep going.
Laptop cool, bro?
That is a crazy question. I'm over here trying to kick it and chop it up with Jeff, and I do this. Hold y'all. Keep going, Jeff, so they can listen to you, and I'll be right back.
I'm rambling, but literally, I just started, I went to school one day, and I was acting weird, so I got admitted to a mental hospital. And with that came, like, a diagnosis. How do you even use this, bro? With that came a diagnosis, and, like, just a bunch of crazy shit happened. So that's pretty much, like, why I gained a lot of weight, because I got put on certain medications, and that, like, blew me up like a fucking Oompa Loompa, which is just terrible. So that's part of the reason why I still don't smoke anymore, because I, like, it does not, like, fuck with me at all, pretty much. Are you good over there, Chance?
Man, I'm over here solid.
You're slipping. How do I even use this, bro? Help a man out.
This has to be on, like, yo, this has to stop. Okay, look, so when you close this bitch, it's right here.
All right.
So I'm going to have to take one of Jeff's beers because I spit half of mine.
What of mine? Hold up.
But I missed most of it, so I heard.
Use this, bro. I know how to use this.
So, here, I'll pop it for you. So, what happens now? Where'd you finish off at? I'm sorry, you guys.
Part of the reason why I don't smoke, part of the reason why I gained a lot of weight, for the people that know me that
So you said you started taking the pills and kind of blew you up?
Yeah.
Where'd the pills come from, if we could get into that? If you want to move on, that's fine.
Due to my diagnosis.
Did we get the diagnosis?
I'm keeping that private.
So you got your diagnosis. Did anything crazy happen once you got diagnosed? You said you had to go where?
It's like a mental hospital.
So what was that like? If we get into it, you can hit me with a next. That's fine.
Just some wild ass shit, man. Jeff had a wild ride. For the people that didn't know, it was kind of like, it's just like a very toxic place. Not because of the people, but because of, like, how everybody's thrown together with all of their problems.
Do you think
so one, like, just melting pot of problems?
So I've been to jail, you've been there. In jail, it's kind of like, oh, we're all criminals. Yeah, we might have our disputes, but it's definitely fuck them. So is it kind of like a thing like that?
Oh, yeah, of course. Because they don't treat you like you're human.
So you guys are kind of together like, hey, man, fuck him. You hop in like, yeah, fuck him. Like, hey, we'll really
ride up in there.
Yeah. Is it like that, though?
Kind of.
So can we hop into that? Or do you want to pass it?
What's your question you gotta ask?
Mental hospital stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Can we hop into it or keep going?
What's your question you gotta ask?
The question is just kind of experience a mental hospital. Was it kind of like being in there? What's like normal schedule? What a room would be like? People in their interactions.
It's kind of like jail. To be honest.
You've never been to jail. You don't know. So can we go with that
so
interaction? I'm sorry to call you out like that, but it's not.
How is it not? Explain to me how it's not.
Because it's a mental hospital.
Explain that.
With that being said, all right. So let's pause on the interview. Go quick comparison between the mental hospital and jail. Because I've been to jail too many times. Haven't been to mental hospital. You've been to mental hospital a good amount of time and never jail, right? What aspect would make you say it's jail?
The structure, the rules, the regulations.
As it being what? What are you comparing it to?
Like, you have a meal at a certain time every day. You have to go to bed at a certain time every day. There's things you cannot do, can do.
Sound like jail to me.
Exactly.
So let's go into it. What is the experience? Can we go from the jump? Boom. Whatever happens, you end up bow. You're at the front.
Just kind of like people just chilling.
This nigga's on like some rich the kid too cool for school shit, ain't he?
I mean, what do you want me to say? I have no extravagant
Bitch,
story,
talk.
bro.
So when we're at the front of the hospital, what's going on? That's what I'm saying. Like, should we keep going on, or are we gonna talk about it?
It's literally just people chilling, bro.
So you walk through the hospital, people are chilling. You're sitting with people chilling.
Bro, it's like, first of all, bro, yeah.
It's your interview. I need more.
It's literally just like that.
I will just pass it. All right. So you get out the mental hospital.
Yeah.
Then what happens?
I have like a couple ins and outs of like going back in and forth, and then also, I get out and I'm like blown up like an Oompa Loompa, like I said, due to the medications.
Blown up like Kanye's West Cheeks or something. Kanye's been tweaking, ain't he?
Blown up like a sack of potatoes.
But you hear Kanye's giving up his phone until Donda 2.
Until Donda 2.
Yeah, he's giving up his phone till Donda 2, bro. I think it's because he had went to court, bro. And, like, he's just talking basically about, like, the courts are, Kim brings up everything he's posting on social media. I'll be totally honest, I don't really know if it's because what they're going through or because, like, what he's been doing on Instagram. But he brings up the facts that Kim can't prove.
Before you continue, I kind of want to say, like, but yeah, that's kind of like my story a little bit. And, like, of course things are better now, but we all go through, like, struggles and stuff. So I want to ask you something. Like, what are some of your current struggles and, like, current problems with your day-to-day life? I'll answer as well.
My current struggles and problems, I got a lot, bro. I got my vices, which could be weed and liquor. I got shit of relationships, never easy. I have a daughter, being a first-time dad's never easy. So a lot of my struggles would be those things. It's more hard to kind of balance being a father to being a boyfriend to being, shit, I hate to say it like that, but an addict. And it's kind of like you got to find a safe kind of structure. And my struggle is kind of figuring out, honestly, how hard I need to go. I'm kind of getting lost in a trail between, should I be making sure I'm getting all this family time in now and get the work later, or should I get the work later and get all the get all the work in now and get the family time later? Because it feels like even with me only doing probably a couple hours a day of work, it still feels like I don't get enough time with the family, and I feel like that's a big obstacle I'm trying to get past. And just honestly, my own thoughts of thinking, honestly, like, your boy's not a piece of shit, or I'm not an addict, so that means I'm behaving wrong. It's just kind of things like that where I know I'll be okay, and I just know I got to keep pushing and just trying to find the balance. Honestly, that's the struggle, is trying to find the balance.
I'd say one thing, I don't think you're an addict. And what do you think you're an addict about?
I don't want to make this a chance interview. I got a whole lot I'll say in my interview. But with the addict, I think
it's a vice, right?
I think addict's just a disease. I think I'm just an addict. It's not just what I'm an addict with, but I think I'm just a surrounding addict, which I guess could also be broke down as in somebody has an addictive personality. I think that's a disease to just simple things that could bring anybody pleasure in this life with limited negativity, and they don't know how to get out of that positivity, is an addict. If you get what I'm saying.
I'd agree with you. I have addictive personality as well. You think that's like beneficial though? Because, like, when you're doing something that you actually love and it's a positive thing, you'll really go toward it and, like, toward it, like, completely 100% and be really driven toward it. What do you think about that?
I think that's a good point. I think, honestly, I never thought about it like that. I think that's a good point, and we could be addicted to positive things. But, honestly, I'm one of those dudes that finds so much negative in the world, honestly, that it's just kind of like, what people don't really get addicted to the positive things, the working out. I mean, some people do. But even at that point, it still becomes an addiction. I kind of don't feel like addiction could be a positive thing. Because say you get addicted to the gym, that just means you're going to the gym 2 to 3 times a day. And if you got a family, that means it's not okay. And maybe you're going to the gym just to try to max out, but now you're not even making gains because you're just eating your muscles alive, really. So I think addiction kind of goes to a dark thing, but it's a thing that most of us deal with, bro. Honestly.
I feel like we're kind of opposites in that facet because would you call yourself a pessimist or would you call yourself like a optimist?
I forgot what pessimist means.
Like just negative outlook.
I'm definitely optimistic. I think to be ambitious and motivated and be highly motivated, you have to be optimistic. With pessimistic, as you said, being the word that means a negative outlook, I don't think you could be ambitious and motivated while being pessimistic. But I think you could kind of be negative. But to answer your question, I think I'm optimistic, yeah.
All right. I feel like life is just like a series of just like ups and downs, but like in your perfect world, what would you think is like in your utopia, how do you think it would pan out? Like what job would you be doing? How would your life look in your perfect world?
The perfect life to me would be DDG's life. Did you hear this man's going to space soon? He's going to space. So I'd say to me that'd be the perfect life. Bro done went to YouTube in high school, done went to a rap career as a young adult, and now bro's going to space, bro. I think that'd be perfect. I think I ain't gonna lie. Sadly, to envy somebody for their life, I think is DDG. That's what I think is the perfect life. Because I want to go to space. Would you want to go to space, Jeff?
I would, but I don't think that would be included in my perfect life. I don't think that's like a
to go to space.
On my
you wouldn't want to go to space at all.
When it comes in terms of my perfect life, nah, it's not.
Bro, space, bro. Bro, just imagine. All right, boom. 1, 2, 3, blast off. Boom, you taking off. All you see is clouds passing by. As you see these clouds passing by, the spaceship's so small you can't even look back. I feel like I'm narrating a book, but just keep here with me. You're passing by and you just see clouds pass. Shortly through your departure from the ground, you see something crazy happening. As you're passing these stars, you see something kind of foggy, as they might call the ozone or the O layer. And as you break through this layer, you see blackness. But in the far drift, you see light. Oh, you see light there, and it's stars. Now you see the stars. As you move from your left window to your right window, you see the almighty famous rock that's floating in the sky, the moon. And you know that's your destination. That's where you're going to land. You land on the moon.
All right, narrator Chance.
That doesn't sound like a dream.
Not
Hey, they need to get me on an audio book, boy. I'm fire.
Better create your own up there.
I'm fire. I'm finna write something, Jeff. I know you into writing. Let's get into that. We come back to the DDG.
I am into writing.
What? Let's hear it. What you got? What you writing right now?
I can read some titles off, like some of my writings I've
Could we
made.
get a story? Could we get a quick part of your story?
A quick story?
Yeah, we just want the intro.
Quick story?
We just want the intro to Jeff's book. We want the title and intro to Jeff's book. Leave us on cliffhanger mode so we know you got it. Leave us on cliffhanger like the jury's doing with Tory Lanez and shit.
I mean, like, writing a life story is, like, I feel like a very long and, like, tedious process, but I have, like, some titles such as, like, Perspective, Someone's at My Door, Letter to My Future Self, Ego, Music, Resilience, just, like, stuff like that. But I feel like that's, like, another one of my passions is writing. Like, I feel like working out, and maybe not so much working out, but like the feeling you get after working out is one of my passions. Writing's one of my passions. And then also, bro, why are you looking like you about to hop over this table and try to fight me or something, bro?
No, I was running through my head like
There's not
we done
Philip.
been on stream for a minute, and I swear I've been hearing the whole time. So now,
I'm breathing too hard.
now, no, it's me. Now I'm just blocking my
Can I tell you
nose.
something that happened, bro?
What?
So like I'm at the Boost mobile store getting my SIM card fixed, right? Or changed, right?
You're breathing your hot breath in day face.
Nah. So I go outside real quick, and then I see this father and like daughter outside, and the daughter just came back from like the dentist's office, and she was under like the medication they give you, like the loopy gas,
From the dentist office.
because she got a tooth pulled.
Yeah.
So I'm chopping it up with her dad. She looks at me and she's like, "It sounds like you have trouble breathing." I'm like, "What like what? Does the loopy gas just make you talk shit or something, bro?" I'm like, "Damn, what I do to you?"
I ain't gonna lie, deadass Brian had commented that on one of your gaming clips today.
Oh, for real?
I'm like,
I didn't
bro,
even see it.
who's breathing like that in the beginning? All you hear is.
Hey man, Jeff's low heavy right now, but he's gonna get right. He's gonna get right. Which clip was it? Give me some emotion. To lose.
It's the more than 9 kills in 7 minutes. Tap into Jeff
that
AD.
one was bad.
And bro, in the
That
beginning,
one was bad.
you got like
Yeah.
good 5 seconds of
That one was real.
1
bad.
second pause. And I'm just weak as hell. I'm like, bro, breathing hard as hell. But anyway, back to the DDG topic, bro. I just feel like, bro, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a science fanatic, but you don't feel like ultra motivated. You're not fascinated with space, bro.
I mean, like I'm curious about it, but it's not like something I think about before I go to sleep.
They give you a ticket right now. Hey, you're on the next ship to space. You get to take 3 laps around the Earth that last about a total of a day. 24 hours. Are you going?
I may or may not. I don't know.
Bitch, I'm asking you right now. You got to
I
answer
mean,
right now.
I would have to think about it. I'm somebody that's like that.
That's
sits back
cool.
and
You can't think about it. I'm asking you right now.
That's my answer. I would have to sit back and think about it because it's like, of course, it would be cool to be in space to like experience it all, but at the same time, it's like, what if we don't make it back? Like you have to think about that. Get over there, man.
Man, this nigga, man. Jeff, I need a fucking answer, bro. Are you going or not?
No, probably wouldn't go.
You're
no.
not going because you're
No.
scared of the thought of not being able to come back?
Yeah. Not scared. I'm just smart.
Okay, let's change it up. Boom, World War III just kicked off today. They're like, hey, you could take a trip to space. Go to the moon and come back. It's going to take a week. But when you come back, are we here? I don't know. What are you doing? Do you want to die in the nuclear war, or would you rather go to space and come back to the... Your mama's dead. Your father's dead. Or whatever. Your dad's dead. I mean, my fault. Dalen's dead is what I meant to say. Dre, no more calls, nigga. The girl, Demonic, ain't calling no more. You come
Yeah.
back, no more niece to visit at Chance's house. You're gone. No, not you're gone. You're kind of gone because everybody's gone. All you have is the 6 people that was on that flight. What are you doing then? What's your next move? What's your next move? Because you're obviously not going to know that. What's your next move when you come back to the apocalypse?
The next move would be to, I don't know, like,
Can you put your phone on me?
my fault. Next move would be to like repopulate. Like, what else is there? to do?
Ooh, that's the freaky deaky. He said,
Nah.
well, who's all left? Come get impregnated.
Look, no, literally, we're just gonna die off and not like have the world start back up.
Just said, who's trying to get fertilized? You're the fertile Jeff. You gonna go over there spreading seeds? That's your next move. You're
I
straight.
mean, what else?
What I'm thinking
Thinking logically, bro. You're the last people on Earth. You're just gonna sit there and do nothing?
How I'm thinking about it is you step off the plane like, who wants to repopulate this bitch? Like, that's how I see it. Is that what you're
I'm
saying?
thinking of the bigger picture.
You're like, forget all the nuclear bombs, forget all the smoke, forget your family, come ride this thing.
Nah, see, now you're butchering it. Now you're butchering it.
That's what I heard. When you walk off the plane, you're like, time to repopulate.
I mean, like, what? We're gonna sit there and I'm not the type of person that's just gonna sit there and mourn all day and not do nothing. You have to make a next step to move, and you have to advance society some more. Cause like it's like what?
So you're looking over at Rihanna and ASAP Rocky because they landed, and you're like, I know you probably had your baby by now, but let me be next because we can't have the same genetics in one baby. So Rihanna, bend it over.
Hey, I said what I said, man. I'm sticking behind it. Period.
Come on, Jeff. I'm trying to get a clip out this bitch, man. But all the other thing I want to know is, with the Ukraine and Russia thing, what are you thinking about it, bro?
I don't know. When I like heard about it the first night, like I heard about it before I went to bed, I was kind of like worried.
What did you hear? Like, what's
I
the
heard
first
that
night for you?
Vladimir Putin was like planning an invasion or a special operation to go to like invade like Ukraine. And I knew that meant that he didn't say that specifically, but he said a special operation.
Kind of seems like World War III, huh? You knew it meant Ukraine. You're like, oh, yep, he's flooding them.
I mean, it didn't happen in that sequence, but it kind of happened. Like I saw that some posts on Facebook saying like pretty much that he invaded Ukraine. Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, what else you want me to say, bro? I saw some posts that said he invaded Ukraine. It was like some crazy ass shit, like some missiles going off, like some fighter just getting shot down.
I just take it to me. Day one, boom, first post. What is the name? I didn't want to butcher it.
I think it's like Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin is doing the special operation. Then next I hear that Vladimir Putin is doing an attack on the Ukraine. I see Joe Biden doing his input. I just want to say first, now I'm not mad because it kind of seems like a bully bullying the littler person, as in Putin having the majority of the country and trying to take over the minority that he doesn't have. But then I also kind of saw it as, I don't get why the United States always want to be in somebody's business. I get it's a bad thing, but we need to take it to a full world thing, if you ask me, and we need to stop putting ourselves in this, because if he turns his look on them, like I know, and this is why I can't be president, I'm OP with it. I'm probably the douchebag that's like, hey, we're attacking y'all. What? Hey, nuke them. Back on you, and then what? Then Russia nukes us, and out of there now it's World War III because we hopped in some mild funk over there.
I feel like the reason why U.S. gets into like a lot of these wars is because of
they want to be a superhero,
gas, but also when the Russia-Ukraine situation, it could be like a gas line or something, but at the same time they need to check their power. They can't let them just get out of control with the power that they're trying to usurp and stuff. They have to make sure that they're checked, or else if you just let somebody like a country like Russia
what
go,
does it have to do with us, bro?
I feel you, bro, but you have to like check the power of the other countries, bro.
And I already know I'm finna get dumb hate, whether y'all comment or not. I know I'm gonna get dumb hate from some people, but whether y'all want to say it or not, it's not our business. I get that there's some Russian ethnicity over here and some people that are immigrants from Russia, or maybe just came over here, or maybe were born in the United States and their families from Russia. That's still not our business. This is the United States and it has nothing to do with us. From what I seen, Joe Biden's on some stuff like Russia is our ally. So on behalf of our ally, but what other allies of Russia have you seen step up and talk about, oh, maybe we shouldn't do this, bro? It's just us, and I really feel like it's because the fucking United States feels like they're the big dog. Whatever people are doing, we got to step in and talk about it because we're the big Johns. And that's going to get us fucked, bro. I really feel like that.
You know what's crazy about the whole Ukraine and, like, Russia situation? Do you know the fighter, Vladimir Klitschko?
No.
The boxer? Well, he's a boxer. He was like a mayor of like a capital in Ukraine, and all right, he was like a mayor of like the capital of Ukraine, and him and his brother, they're both well-known boxers. And they're about to go against like the Russian government in arms in Ukraine to fight the war. That's like just crazy. It blows my mind because they have the money, they have the security, but they're still putting their life on the line.
Wait, what was the boxer saying? I'm sorry.
He's Vladimir Klitschko. He was a former mayor of like one of Ukraine's
became
capitals,
a boxer,
and he's like, I think he became a mayor after the boxing, but he's a well-known boxer.
Oh, okay.
But he's about to put his life on the line just to fight for his like country.
He's going to war?
Yes, he's putting his life on the line, yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because you know that the president, and this is like another crazy thing to me, the Ukraine's president said anybody from 80 to 60 can't leave that country just in case we need you in war. I'm sorry, and I don't want...
You mean like 16 to 80?
Huh?
You mean 16 to 80?
That's worse.
Yeah.
What you just said is worse. So let's do the 16 to 80. What are you going to do with somebody that's 50 plus? That's how I feel. And I get it. It's dire. And that's kind of why I be like, Chance, shut up. Like, it doesn't matter how old they are. We need troops. But it's kind of hard to say when you go... I don't know. It's really political. And one day we're going to get Navi on here because I do want to hear the Russian side. And not only the Russian side, I want to see what the Russian females are going through. But I guess I should say Ukrainian, but I want to hear a Russian person's input on it. But I don't get what they could do with somebody that's 50 plus in the army, bro. They're not going to run that long. They're probably going to be shaky when they're shooting a gun, and they're not going to make good decisions like that, most likely. I know that a lot of generals in the army are 50 plus, but most likely, I just feel like that's not the target community. What do you think about that ban that he put? If you're 16 to 80, like you say, I saw the one that's 18 to 60 that can't leave the country.
I feel like I understand it, but at the same time I don't, because it's like you have to like defend your country. This is their last stand. If America's going down, they're bringing back a draft. I guarantee you. They're definitely gonna bring back a draft because this is their last stand. This is it. So they have to make those drastic measures to try to put up a fight. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, of course, you're like now taking away people's freedoms and stuff.
It kind of not drastic measures. It's just kind of measures at that point, huh?
War measures.
Yeah, just measures that need to be taken. What would you do? What are you, 21 or 22?
21.
21? As you being the age of 21 and they say, hey, don't get tired of me dropping the mic. I don't even know what the deal is. I'm sorry.
I just value life so much. I don't know. I wouldn't want to put my life on the line for a war that maybe involves me, but not directly involves me.
A draft isn't optional.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, if they said, Jeff, you got to go right now, what do you think you would do?
Either, I don't know. It's looking like jail. Put me in jail.
You going to jail over the war?
Yeah.
Really, bro?
I value life that much. That's how much I value life.
Can I hit you with some shit?
Go ahead.
You going to be mad. It seems kind of cowardish to me.
You think so?
Because I've been to jail. And from what you said, you feel like you've been to jail. So you would really go back to that, then learn how to use a gun and get put in the situation where you have to use it or die?
Do you value life?
I don't know.
So, okay. That's where we differ. Because I value life that much to the point where it's like, all right, I'm going to do this time, but at the end of this time, I'm at least be able to live my life.
On Devil's Advocate, couldn't you say you kind of don't value life because you're not even giving the shot of giving life to others or yourself by going to war?
I'm going to be very logical.
It sounds very,
that sounds very twisted.
No, it sounds very, what's the word? When it's just about you? No, when it's just about you.
Narcissistic?
Another word.
I don't know. Selfish?
Selfish.
I feel like,
Because that's where the army goes with it, right? It's like, okay, I get that you want to live your life, but it's not about you. It's about the human race.
to be the most
Or the
logical,
American race.
to be the most logical, literally, your chances of survival of going to jail and then going to war is higher than in jail. So.
So you said, bitch, Jeff said, nigga, I go to jail, I'm going to live longer than I go to war.
Pretty much, yeah. I value life that much.
Just hold that mic in your
I
hand.
definitely value life that much. That's just how much I value life. Like, I'm a happy individual. I'm a happy person. For me to throw away my life like that, maybe it's for a good cause, but I just love life.
Okay, so we're in two different standpoints. I have a daughter and you don't. So with me having a daughter and you don't, if you had a kid, let alone a daughter, just a kid in general, do you think you would go? Thinking not only do you value life, but you value their life. And you value them getting to at least the... I'm finna go through this footage. I don't know why this shit keeps tipping over, bro. But you value what they get to experience over what you've already experienced and what you can experience.
Yeah, you could say that, but unless you're Rambo out there, are you really making a difference?
How do you know that you're not?
You could be, could not be. That's the thing.
Again, you don't have a kid, so you can't be in these steps. But as somebody asking you, if you had a kid, you would still kind of be on, like, send me to jail over me going to war?
I mean...
You would rather go to jail than go to war?
Would you rather your kid be fatherless than to just have fought for the war for you? I mean, it's a noble thing to do, bro. It's very noble. It's very good to do in certain ways or certain perspectives, but it's not me. That's how I'm ended. It's just not me.
I think that I would go to war. Because me being in jail and me being locked up is kind of selfish. It's kind of like I'd rather be locked in this cell because you're going to be miserable and you're going to be sad. I'd rather be sad in this 20 by 20 foot cell and living and my kid know that I'm alive but locked in this cell other than taking the chance of, and it's more than taking a chance, it's almost taking this guarantee of going to war and dying over that. Like, the way I look at it is like, you could take the chance of going to war and your kid knowing I went to war and I was trying to fight my way through this so that this could end and you could live your life, than rather saying I cared about my life and I wanted to live in 4 years of prison just so I could stay alive and not fight for the chance that you stay alive. Because if they don't get that chance to stay alive and we get invaded, you're still going to die with your kid.
Well, I feel like that's just where we would differ on the topic. Because I just value life. I'm gonna say this 20,000 times.
You say it again. I'm gonna make you go deeper. So how is your? So again, it's very hard because you don't have a kid, and I do. But you would rather, and I guess I could stop asking because I see what you're coming from. You would rather go to jail and try to spend your 40 years of life in jail for yourself than go to war and try to fight 3 to 5 to maybe 10 years in war and try to get their kid to live their life.
There's several variables as well. How long are you going to jail? You don't know about that.
I just said that. I just said 3 to 5 to maybe even 10 years of war to go to jail. If you say I'm not going to war and I'm only going to go to jail, you're not getting out. It's called what's the word? When you turn on them.
I'm not sure. It's
okay.
Fucking
well, it's a word that means traitor, and you don't get out of jail. You don't get out of jail. It's literally you saying you went AWOL, I'm gonna go jail forever. So if we win this war and we survive and we come back, I'm still in jail. Now you literally have to be in jail and say, yes, son, I was a coward and I ain't go to war, but I want to be alive here for you. But you're not even here for them because you're in jail. It's like you're dead.
I feel all that, but I don't know what else to tell you, bro.
You're a selfish bitch.
That's what you gotta tell you.
Jeff is a selfish bitch,
I love my
nigga.
life, man.
That's what you gotta tell you.
Life.
Jeff's a selfish bitch, but I ain't mad at you because you ain't got a kid.
Okay.
I think that changes out
I
right
just
there.
value my life, huh?
You can say the sarcastic okay, but I'm on your side. I don't think you're in the wrong. You just don't got a kid. But I think it's real tough. I think even like if I don't know. And I do want to say like shout out and free the Ukraine and prayers to safe return or just safety out there in the Ukraine to the people in the Ukraine because it's going to be tough. I literally seen a video of a mother with her child filming a jet sending an airstrike into their home. And I can't explain it because I've never been through it, but that is a horror movie. They're living out a horror movie over there, and that's just tragic. So if y'all could just spam the chat or the comments with free Ukraine or safety for the Ukraine, that's what I would say. But back on the topic, I don't know, Jeff. I think you got to go to war, bro.
Call it how you call it.
You kind of sound like a bitch.
Call it how you call it.
You're saying like, fuck my kid, bitch. I want to I want to live. If we don't win the war, then fuck my kid.
That's how you're painting it, but call it how you call it, man.
That's a fact, man.
Call it how you call it.
It's a fact, Joseph. But it does get real crazy, and it might be real crazy like Chief Keef dropping the album. Is he gonna drop a banger? What do you think?
Has like the futures list dropped?
Nah, nothing like that.
Nothing.
It's kind of fucked up. And if you guys,
album,
I haven't. Maybe I have. It's kind of fucked up because this was a transition from the Ukraine because Chief Keef announced this album saying I'm heading to the Ukraine, and shows the album art of his new album.
What was the album art?
It's him sitting on the city of Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of seems dumb, right? Like I'm be real. It kind of seems like a publicity stunt for Chief Keef. If anything and crazy shit happens in the future, Chief Keef, we still want you on this podcast. But it kind of seems like a reach, like he was just trying to like, this is big. I'm going to take it and say this just so I could go viral and my album would go viral like every other rapper.
I'll tell you about his last album, though. Like, there's like 3 bangers that are like 15 to 20 songs. So
Well,
he better
is
come
it Back
with some
from the
shit.
Dead 3?
No, it was something else.
Because Back from the Dead 3 only had like 3 bangers.
Bro, I don't remember the name of the album, but it only had like 3 bangers.
I feel like it was Back to the Dead 3. It might not. But I'm just hoping for some bangers off of there. It probably won't happen. But what I did notice, bro, is I don't know if y'all seen it or not on Netflix. Kanye West was playing all the bangers. I'm talking Jesus Walks to all the interviews. Have you seen Kanye's West Netflix thing called Genius?
You know me, I'm not on.
Called Genius?
I'm not on no streaming like
Bro,
services.
oh my lord, bro. He showed like, bro, he was going office to office, like 5 offices playing Jesus Walk at the record labels. Like, listen to this. It's a dumb banger. They're ignoring him, bro. Jesus Walks, bro. I had the whole song. Jesus Walks, Lord, show me the way because the devil trying to break me down. Jesus walk with me, with me, with me, with me, with me.
Kanye, man, he's that man.
Hey,
I'm
man.
ready for Donda 2.
It kind
I
of
hear that.
It kind of makes you look back like Kanye's been a genius from the jump. Like, just because he's so big and nobody understands it, bro. Got what, 6 billion? Nobody understands his position, bro. He got what, the biggest fashion shoe company in the world. Nobody understands his position to where kind of he dropped it so perfect in perfect timing to where you kind of look at it like wow, we're over here judging him so falsely when bro is fucking crazy.
That's one thing that Kanye's been able to do is like stay relevant for the many years that he's been in the game.
That shit is beautiful, bro. It's beautiful the way he stays relevant. And even though he sounds so crazy, it makes you just look back that this man done and why he's so hard on being a Christian. He done went through car accidents, whole jaws broken, supposed to be dead, still rapping through a wired jaw, bro. Still pushing through numerous records laying him down. Man, it's just kind of crazy, bro. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to the sense where, and I hate to compare him, where it kind of looks like Tory Lanez, like he's fighting such a case. It looks like you make it through, you gonna be that upper man. Like, how do you make it through a case where a lady's constantly, and I'm just giving my part, slandering you, saying that you shot her when you really did? Two best friends, and now they want to fight against me about it. How do you feel about it, bro? That's what he said right there.
Damn.
And the evidence that DJ Academics posted is that his DNA isn't on the guns. I gotta say DJ Academics because Megan saying he's lying and Tory Lanez saying he isn't. So is the DNA on the weapon or not, man?
I mean, if the DNA is not a weapon, then I guess Tory's telling the truth.
It seems like that. The law system's never that easy.
Well, yeah, fuck. But, I mean, DNA, if it's in your favor, I feel like it'll sway more so toward Tory's favor. Because DNA is a big part of it. Like, all the like, digital imprint and all that.
It is, but it isn't. So I guess we'll just wrap it up here. That's another case of the Drunken Mic to leave y'all drunk from our conversation and leave all the other people delusional because we have a good conversation. So just get in the comments, are you Team Chance or Team Jeff on any of the topics? And how do you feel about any of the topics? And did we miss anything important that we were supposed to talk about? Free the Ukraine. Definitely no RP because there's going to be redemption. And we just have our prayers. Shout out to them and all the people that are living through that horrific scene to do better.
Yeah, prayers out to the Ukraine. I hope the war gets like settled in like a timely manner where there's not as many casualties.
It's horrific out there. So we love you guys. If you want to check us out on Instagram, you could check us out at the Drunken Mic on Instagram. If you want to get personal with the main boy, then look up _ there goes Chance on Instagram or there goes Chance on Twitter. Check out the game stream. We're just gonna be turning litty on that. And where can we find you, Jeff?
Let's don't forget about the YouTube, the Drunken Mic on YouTube. Don't forget about the
Keep
Twitch,
telling them. Keep telling
the Drunken Mic podcast on TikTok. And then if you wanna tap in with me, it's Jeff _ Doomio on Instagram or